I had washed my car on a Saturday, and I came out Sunday morning. Next morning I looked at my car and it was covered in something, and dust. And I said to Brian, who happened to be out in his yard, I said, "Brian, is this coming off the trees or what is it?" And he says, "Oh, that's cement dust." Oh, okay. So that got the ball rolling, so that every time, or almost every time that I saw the emissions coming out of the chimneys or the stacks or the kiln, I would take pictures. I would then email those pictures to the plant and to the ministry. And that's how it all started. And all we did was build a case against them.
It could get pretty thick on your patio furniture and on your windows and on your boat, and you'd say, you know, well, you'd even call Essroc and said, we're covered in cement dust here, and they'd say, well, don't worry, we'll send over somebody to wash your windows and clean your boat and stuff like that. Well, but my issue was that stuff's getting in my lungs. I don't care about my window so much as my lungs. Well, when we made a complaint to the environmental commissioner, he came back with a report that was very stinging, and we can give you a copy of his comments that he sent to Parliament. And in that report, it indicated that this particular MOE office did not follow their own policies. They were clearly in breach of their own policies by not taking enforcement action against them. We eventually did get charges laid against Essroc. We even went to court, and we were prepared to be witnesses in court. However, they pled guilty to...
They pleaded guilty to 4, and then the Crown dropped 3 or 4, and then there was more charges laid afterwards.
And some of those counts that they were convicted of was failing to report to the ministry when they made expediencies like that, which is their obligation, I understand, under the Act. We're not out to get this plant. We're not out to have it go away. It's a good good employment situation for the community, and we would never want to lose that. All we were looking for is for them to comply with the Act.
There are people here who we started talking to about all this that have had cottages here for all their lives. And they say, "Oh yeah, you should have seen it back in the 70s, or you should have seen it back in the 80s. We have a whole photograph album of pictures." Well, why didn't you do something about it? And their mentality is, well, you can't fight a big corporation like that. That's it. But we felt different.
Yeah, we felt that we could fight a big... and it wasn't the corporation we were fighting as much as the ministry. It was the lack of action by the ministry to take the appropriate action. You know, we moved to the country to get some nice clean air, but that just was not going to happen with Essroc doing that.